And what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. On this video, we're going to be reviewing AEW WrestleDream. Took place in Seattle, Washington. A very good show. A too long of a show to be, if I'm being honest. And a couple things I think they could have left out of this show that didn't need to be on the show. If it's up to me, I'll leave out a couple things, but we're gonna brush on those things when we get to them. A massive crowd in Seattle. And this overall, the length, don't let the length deter you from watching the show. It was a good show. Probably one of the best AEW pay-per-views this year. Stat card, I think it was one of the 14 matches on this card?
Including the 0 hour. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. That was the count.
Yeah, I didn't really watch the 0 hour shit. I think the match I missed, I think Keith Lee, Athena, what's the dude that fought CM Punk? I forget his name, but he was in the match teaming up with Keith Lee. It was like a mixed 8-person tag match. Then you had Luchasaurus versus Nick Wayne on a 0 hour pre-show. The right guy went over there. Ain't no fucking way in hell Nick Wayne was going to beat Luchasaurus. I don't give a shit. And I think there was one more match I'm missing. Oh, it was Claudio versus Josh Barnett was the other match on the 0 hour pre-show. The Josh Barnett match was good. The Luchasaurus match, right guy went over. Man, counting those, I think it's a total of 14 matches on the card. But to kick off the show, we had one half of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions and the AEW World Champion, MJF. Representing him and Adam Cole in this match, he going solo dolo against the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch. And the promo MJF cut at the beginning of the match was in reference to what happened on Dynamite last week with someone stealing his mask and attacking Jay White. Now, I missed Dynamite last week, but I know that MJF and Jay White had a promo exchange somewhere in the show, and then they ended it with whoever beat up Jay White in the back. So it was a cliffhanger ending. I can tell you, we might do a video on who we suspect those masked guys to be. I'm gonna tell you one thing though. I know just based off the posture and how their body type is, that one of those guys was Roderick Strong. I already know based on how Roderick Strong's body posture is. So I know for a fact one of the 4 guys is Roderick Strong, for sure. It may be a different thing when they reveal who it is, but I know for sure who was playing one of those guys was Roderick Strong. So you can do process of elimination there if you want to. You actually pointed out some things to me that I didn't know, because you might have seen some shit. When you said something with MJF and Adam Cole, you can see like something in the background or something.
Yeah, I think it was a promo from, I'm going to say 2 weeks ago. I'm not too sure because I haven't really been watching the shows as much. But they did a backstage segment where MJF and Adam Cole are sitting in the locker room on 2 chairs and cutting a promo. I guess talking about the Righteous or whatever. And you can see in the background, you see their lockers, jacket. But the Devil's mask, like if you pick up on where it was behind Adam Cole, not behind MJF. If that makes sense. So the whole thing with going into this match that Adam Cole is hurt or whatever, it could be real or it could be storyline. I'm leaning more towards it being storyline. I know Britt Baker put a couple pictures out on Twitter, but only one of those pictures had Adam Cole in it. You know what I'm saying? It could be anybody's foot, whatever. That's just probably me being a conspiracy theorist. But to jump on what you were saying, it does kind of make sense for it to be Adam Cole and, Roger Strong and the Mac Taven and Mike Bennett. Well, I mean, we both know Roger Strong is one of them, right? Just based on how his posture is and how he walks around. He's the one on the far left from the camera view's perspective. Then the guy with the devil mask comes in the frame and knocks the camera away. Obviously, it's not MJF because he's not built. To me, it screams Adam Cole, but I could be wrong. And there's a reason why he would want to attack Jay White, because Jay White's trying to get first dibs basically on the title. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe that's just me being me a conspiracy theorist, but we'll see what plays out of that. I mean, if Adam Cole is hurt legitimately, okay, but anybody can put pictures on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So
All right, well, let's branch out for that. We'll talk about that some other time. But MJF, he referenced that at the beginning of his promo before his match with Vincent the Dutch. He also told Vincent that he was going to shove he gonna take his dreadlocks, tie them all in one bun, and shove his head up Dutch's ass. And that pretty much was like the theme of this match, for real, for real. This match was okay. It's only limited to what you can do in a handicap match, but MJF continued to show that less is more. Now, MJF, he's getting over body slams, bro, clotheslines, a kangaroo kick, just the basics of maneuvers, and people are going ape shit for it. Cause MJF, he don't do everything most wrestlers do. He don't do dives. He don't do none of that shit. So it's kind of new territory for MJF, and the crowd is eating that shit up, just like that. So MJF continues to stride and get a little shit over. That's basic maneuvers, but that just shows how good MJF is. But in this match, MJF, his whole thing was he's gonna body slam Dutch, and he eventually body slammed Dutch, and the crowd went ape shit for that. He also did like an Eddie Guerrero spot. So when Vincent went to go and grab a chair, and I guess he was gonna try to not feminize MJF, but he was gonna try to do something, hit him with the chair to his legs. He had like this wooden stake, he put it between his legs, like the scene from Misery when she had the wooden block and she hit him with the sledgehammer. Sort of similar, but MJF caught Vincent, grabbed him by the nuts, and while the ref was dealing with Dutch the whole time, and he did a little Eddie Guerrero tribute. He let go of Vincent nuts, and then he went back down to the ground and played possum when the ref turned around and saw Vincent with the chair. And then after that, he was able to shove Vince's head up Dutch's ass, send Vincent to the outside, hit the kangaroo kick on Dutch, and then he hit him with the heat seeker to pick up the win and retain the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Good opener, did what it was supposed to do, didn't overstay its welcome. Probably didn't go no more than probably like 12, 13 minutes. Did what it was supposed to, and you're supposed to get MJF on the show to kick off WrestleDream the right way, and they did that. So I give them, I don't even want to grade them, but it was a good thing that we got MJF on the show. I thought they was gonna do something where he had another tag team partner, but for what they did, he didn't have to, and no one's gonna really care about the righteous after this. Really, they would just ask for him to beat. So good thing MJF went over, and we're gonna see what the story is with the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Now, next matchup we had the Ring of Honor champ / New Japan Pro Wrestling Strongweight champ, Open Strongweight I think it is, Eddie Kingston, defending both championships, putting him on the line against Kazuchika Shibata, who's one of my favorite wrestlers in New Japan. And this match was a strong back and forth. It's what you expect out of a strong style match. Strictly New Japan, both back and forth, hard strikes, machine gun chops, back and forth hard strikes, pretty much. Early in the match, Shibata worked over the legs of Eddie Kingston, putting him in like stretches, submissions, whatever, you name it. Shibata was doing it. And like their final exchange, back and forth, it was going back and forth, boom. Eddie Kingston just caught Shibata with a powerbomb and picked up the win quick. But the best moment of this match to me is the ending when Eddie Kingston gave Shibata the ring so the crowd can show their respect and give it up for Shibata, which is a very good thing, man, because a few years ago, I think it was the match against Okada when Shibata got seriously fucking hurt. It's just good to see him back in wrestling after that incident, to where he literally almost died in the ring, and now a few years later he's here wrestling on these pay-per-views. So it's a good thing to see Shibata, man. I know he's in Ring of Honor with the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. But anytime we can get him on an AEW pay-per-view, I'm excited because he's like one of my favorite New Japan wrestlers. So good match between Kingston and Shibata here. None, not if you know New Japan strong style wrestling, that's what this match was. Next matchup we got Chris Statlander defending the TBS Championship against Julia Hart. Now you want to take this over?
No, I mean, I just like Julia Hart's character development so far. She's come so far from being a cheerleader to now just being around the House of Black, being with Aleister Black and Buddy Matthews and Brody King. You can tell she's like really putting her character together. Even the stuff that she posts on Twitter is pretty nice. You know what I mean? The theme song is great. Just the whole atmosphere when she comes. She's gotten better in ring too, and she's going against Chris Statlander. You know, I think you guys were like a little bit like not tired of Chris Statlander, but like after a while, it's like okay, what else does she do? But I think decent match. Just not Julia's time yet, and the champ keep on. I don't know who eventually takes the title off, but pretty good match overall.
Yeah.
For it being the only women's match on the shows.
It was definitely a good match. My thing with Statlander is I know it's gonna take some time, but I feel like since beating Jade, she's kind of like stale in a sense. That's not to say that her in ring. We know her in ring is great, but like when Jade had that championship, she had a sort of mystique. But that's not. I don't think that's fair to put on Statlander because she ain't the same. Like she ain't the same build as Jade. But I feel like they can do more when booking Statlander with the TBS championship. Like I don't know, like flesh out the character a little more. Even though we know her, let's get some more promo segments with her. Something. Let's get something as opposed to just having matches just for the sake of having matches, like open challenges and shit like that. Let's just get a little bit more. But Statlander is indeed the best person for the TBS championship. Yeah, this match, another back and forth match. Julia Hart from I think her last loss was last year in April, and it was against Chris Statlander. That's the last time she lost. She built up like a 24, 26 or something like that match winning streak. And
that's on Tony Khan and like it's good. It's as easy as it was for you to mention that. Just Tony Khan didn't even I guess Tony Khan, but they didn't have the announcers mention that at all. Like that being I didn't hear it at all.
What mention what?
Chris Statlander being the last one to beat Julia.
No. Excalibur did.
Okay.
Excalibur did. He made sure to mention that.
I don't know if they mentioned it during the like. Did they mention it during the build up?
Okay. I don't think during the build up, but during the match.
During the match. You know what I mean? But that could have been another thing you can add to the build up to this to make it feel more important. You know what I mean? Yes, Chris Statlander ain't Jay Cargill, but it's also up to Tony Khan to kind of book it a little bit. You know what I mean? Book her in a certain way. Like we don't get Tony Storm and we don't get Britt Baker and other women fighting for this title. I mean, the concept of the idea, I think, is to get different faces competing for the TBS title. But like you said, like when she's just doing open challenges and fighting random people, like the Renegade. Even though she did have a match with Britt Baker, I'm just saying that's just one in a million, basically what I'm trying to say. Like open challenges against Renegade twins or sisters or whatever. Like get her different matches to compete. You know what I mean? People to compete with. Like she had a match with Ruby Soho, okay, but where's Battle of the Belts? Champion versus champion. You ain't gotta put the titles on the line, but why can't we get an interaction with her and Saraya or Tony Storm or you know what I mean? Just little stuff like that. Like we got. Get her something else better to do. You know what I'm saying? Make her feel like an important part of the show. I mean, Jay was important. Was an important part of the show for a while up until like her title reign. They start stretching it out until again back from injuries, and then she just started fighting anybody. You know what I mean? It's like Jay Cargill even got stale towards the end of her little TBS Women's Champs. I just think Tony Khan just got to find different ways to book it, make it more creative. It ain't all on Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander's great in the ring. Just get her something better to do. Get her more people to compete with. There's no reason why we shouldn't be getting more women's matches on on Dynamite. You know, her maybe versus somebody from Ring of Honor, whatever. I don't care. Just something different. Get stories going. You know what I mean? There ain't really that many stories going in the outside of the outsiders, story. Like I know we missing Jamie Hayter in there. Get something going. You just got to get something creative going.
Some pretty cool things in this match. I thought the finish was very cool. Julia Hart delivers an awesome moonsault, by the way. It's so like it's effortless and it's super smooth. So for the finish, she attempts to go for the moonsault. She hits the moonsault, but only gets a near fall, and then she goes for a submission. But Chris Statlander counters that, picks her up, hit her with a tombstone, and then delivered the Sunday Night Fever for the win. So great match between these two. Julia Hart should be built up from this loss. This loss should not deter her in any way, shape, or form. And we're going to see where both of these women end up after this. Maybe we get some with them tonight on Dynamite. You never know. But great match by the two. Great showcase for the TBS Women's Championship. Good match. All right, our next match is one match I thought, or not, matter of fact, I know that shouldn't have been on this show. And this was the 4-way tag team #1 contenders match between the Young Bucks, the Lucha Bros, Hook and Orange Cassidy, and the Guns. That's not to say the match wasn't good. The match was good. It's just that the match didn't need to be on the show at all. Like, you would have got this match on Dynamite. This could have been a main event on Dynamite to determine the one contender for the tag team championships. There were a lot of cool spots in this match, right? But like one of the cool spots in this match was like the back and forth with the Northern Light suplexes between Matt Jackson and Hook, where they kept going back and forth. And then they ended it with, I think Hook hitting the Northern Light suplex on maybe Nick Jackson, and then Matt Jackson hitting it on, I don't think it was Orange Cassidy. It might have been Orange Cassidy, but I think it was one of the Gunn brothers. That was a cool spot. And another cool spot was the Guns referencing the same spot that Billy Gunn and Road Dogg did back in the day, in a similar type of matchup when they both pinned each other to pick up the win in the same type of matchup. But good match. For the finish, the Young Bucks delivered a BTE trigger to pin to the win. Mm-hmm. Nick botched like his normal thing where he spins on the ropes, and I think he delivers like a super kick or some shit. But he botched that, and they just went straight to the finish with a BTE trigger to Penta to pick up the win, and the Young Bucks are the new #1 contenders. Like I said, man, this match I feel like shouldn't have been on the show. And this match is one of the matches that affected a match later on in the show. And we'll get to that when we get there. But I feel like this match shouldn't have been on the show. Could have easily been on Dynamite as a main event. Good action. Do you need to watch it? No, because you know what you're going to get out of all 2 of the 4 tag teams in this match.
Well, out of a Young Bucks match.
I just feel like it didn't need to be on the show.
Just my opinions on it. Great match, whatever. Flips and dives. The typical Young Bucks match. I'm just tired of seeing the Young Bucks get championship matches. You know what I mean? Like they just fought FTR maybe a month ago for the tag team titles. Let's get something more creative going. This company is based off tag team wrestling. I like the FTR versus the Young Bucks, but it is kind of getting. We keep seeing the same 2 tag teams fight for tag team titles. I mean, we had Penta and Phoenix in there. I get it. Phoenix. We had a makeshift team with Hook and Orange Cassidy, and we had the Guns, which they're okay, but where's Jay White and Juice Robinson at? Or I don't know, just get some more tag teams or something. Because we keep seeing. Hold on. We just keep seeing the Young Bucks get this match. Where's the Hardy Boys versus FTO? Carolina Boys could have got a match like that or something different, man. I just get to a point where it gets old out the well. But when we get down to the main event, I'll have some where I think this may lead. But we can move. I just wanted to say that I had nothing against the Young Bucks. I'm just tired of seeing the Young Bucks in the tag team match. I'm tired of seeing Kenny Omega compete for the he has been competed for the world title yet, but Hangman and those same guys just on every card and doing the same thing. Kenny Omega's been on. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Kenny Omega's been in tag team matches pretty much. They are one in this card. I do like the Swerve and Hangman thing. I feel like we just need to start integrating more people, different people. You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't we get Brody King and Buddy Matthews in this match? Just because they were trios champions doesn't mean they should be disqualified from fighting for the world tag team titles, right? It's still a tag team. Just kind of like the New Day. Anybody, any member of the three could be in it, for the tag team title. I'm just saying, just a little bit more different teams, just weave in and out, What about some of those teams we don't know of that's in the back? Get them a shot or something. Don't just make up tag teams like Orange Cassidy and Hook. I'm just saying, just little stuff like that. Where's Leah Moriarty and Big Bill? I guess they're not even a thing anymore. Where's Ethan Page at? Just different stuff. We got all this talent here. Let's just start putting different people in these spots too. Get them over doing the shows on Dynamite. There's no reason why you have a locker room full of talent and you booking them. I just don't understand. But yet we keep seeing the Elite all over. FTR, which is great. I love those teams. I'm not saying I don't love them. I'm just want something a little different. It even goes back to with the women. Chris Styler has been on TV a lot. No Serena Deeb. I haven't seen her in like a year. Yet she says she's hurt. But still, and we don't know what's going on with Thunder Rosa. Or just different stuff. I mean, this company needs to get a little bit more creative and relying on the try and true. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I think when it comes to those tag teams, like most of them are like hurt. Like when you said Brody King and
yeah, I know Malachi's hurt.
Buddy. I think Buddy was.
Is Buddy Matthews hurt?
No, he was. I guess he was with Rhea Ripley overseas.
Yeah. I mean that's fine. I'm just saying, like, why couldn't we? I'm just saying, man.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
They got so many people. You know what I'm saying? Andrade just made his first appearance back in like a month. You know what I'm saying? Where's Roosh? Where are all these people at? We have all these people in this company, yet we don't have no other tech. Where's Wardlow? We have no, you know what I mean? We got all these people.
All
Do
right.
something. A little different.
Our next matchup, we got Swerve Strickland. My guy. Finally get some spotlight on it. It's been a while, man. I'm happy Swerve is in this spot. Taking on Hangman Page. This, to me, was the best match on the entire show. Hangman was in enemy territory in this match. This was a very pro-Swerve crowd because he was in his home state of Washington. Great match between these two. Couple spots. At the beginning of this match, outside the ring, Hangman started to work on a hand that he injured on Dynamite when he stabbed Swerve with the pin during a contract signing. Swerve had that hand wrapped up the entire match. And Hangman was working on that hand. The crowd did not like. They ain't like none of that shit Hangman was doing. So Hangman took Swerve to the top rope, but he countered it with the double stump from the top and followed it with the house call for the near fall, which was a great spot. A couple more spots in this match was Hangman did the dead eye on the steel steps. The crowd didn't fuck with that. They did not fuck with that. And one of them produced like a "fuck you cowboy" chant. That move produced a "fuck you cowboy" chant. And I was just watching this. I was just happy for my guy Swerve, man, because this is really the biggest win of his AEW career, and he won the tag team titles with Keith Lee. and Swerve in Our Glory. But this match, to go in here and to beat the former AEW World Champ, this puts you up there, and he can go up from here if they just keep backing the machine behind him. So I'm glad Swerve got this win. Now I think Swerve should do, you know, the maneuver when he do like the arm breaker, like Penta used to do in Lucha Underground.
Didn't he do it in the match?
He did it in his match, but I think that should be his finish. It's so it looks so brutal that it can be a finish, man.
He let him do it like Gunther probably. You know, Gunther uses the clothesline to finish you, or powerbomb to finish, chop to finish you. Have different finishes. That could be one of his, but I like the cave in stump. So
yeah, I do too. I mean,
because you can pretty much do it on anybody's.
Yeah.
Some people may be too big to bend their arms that way. So
yeah.
It could be another finisher though, yeah.
But that move played part in the finish. So Hangman went for the buttshot lariat, and he hit Swerve with the buttshot lariat, but Prince Nana put his foot on the ropes, and the referee saw Prince Nana do that, and so he ejected Prince Nana. So during this entire time, Nana took this headband off with the jewels on it and left it in the ring, and he distracted the ref, and then Swerve hit Hangman with the jewel, the crown thing with the jewel on it. But Hangman kicked out, and then Swerve hit the JML driver for the win after that, and that win, like I said, catapulted Swerve to the top. Put him on the main event scene, pretty much.
What's that kick he do?
Huh?
What's that kick he do called? Is that ain't the kill shot, is it?
What kick? Are you talking about the woman kicking in the head? Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's a kill shot, right?
Yeah.
Hit him about four of them. Then
yeah.
Three.
Yeah.
Hitting with that. All in all, I mean, like you were saying, Swerve only can go up from here. My opinion, I was saying it before the match even started. I mean, before we even got this match. But I mean, you might have heard me say it, but I do think he should be the next champ. That's just my opinion. Somebody different. I mean,
slow burn, bro.
Huh?
Slow burn.
No, slow burn. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying. But this is months down the line. If they keep putting him in places, this is just one more layer to something a little different. You know, Swerve. He's proven a lot of people wrong. Even when he was in NXT, I mean, he walked up to Triple H and told guys, and that's how we got the hit roll establishment back in NXT, and now we see him do his thing with. He got big Swerve over. Dude just on top. He keep going to this. I think he could be. If MJF is the champ, I would like to see Swerve dethrone him. It's just been another notch in him. Because I don't. There's no clear cut guy. MJF other than probably Adam Cole. If Adam Cole is, I think Swerve can be a good substitute as the guy who can probably beat him. Because I'm not telling if Adam Cole is really hurt, how he'll be out. I just like what he's doing. He beefed up, different persona. He's getting to work with Hangman. I think Swerve should win this feud. It's probably just like a 3-match feud to me. Swerve should win it. Probably go through the rest of the. And who knows? You know what I mean? I just think we got it. That was a star making, and we got to capitalize while the iron's hot. Yeah. We'll see where it goes from here, but that would be. If I do have an early prediction, I Swerve will probably be champion probably before the summer next year coming up. That's what I would do. We'll see when it gets there.
We'll see, man. But definitely a 3-match series. I can see another match sometime before November, like on a Dynamite. Unless you want to push it back to Full Gear, you want to have your next match to then. But it's definitely gonna be a multiple match series. It won't be the last time we see Swerve versus Hangman.
It'll probably be a stip at Full Gear or something, stipulation match.
Yeah,
not on the cage or something.
We'll see. Our next match that we're gonna talk about is the next match. I think that shouldn't have been on the show at all, and that's Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta. I'm not going to talk about this match as much. All I'm just saying is the right guy went over. which Ricky Starks, and we know Willer Yuta is just there. He's the member of the Blackpool Combat Club and just eat the pins for the most part. Right guy went over, and little thing I'm gonna touch on with Ricky Starks is I hope they don't do this start and stop thing with Ricky that they did before. I think with CM Punk leaving, or getting terminated really hurt Ricky Starks just a little bit because his program with CM Punk was getting a little traction, and it looked like the route they was gonna go was Ricky Starks eventually beating CM Punk for the real world championship. But the shit at All In happened, CM Punk got terminated, and I think it stalled a little bit of Ricky's momentum in a little bit. So hopefully they can bridge off and they can get Ricky back to the level he was when Punk was there. So that's my only thing I'll say from that is let's just keep Ricky on TV, and let's keep him going. Don't start and stop, man.
If they're not careful, they may lose him. Because he is one person I will worry about losing to WWE. Because he's such good friends with Cody Rhodes too. So we just had Jay Cargill leave now, and their buddy Ricky Starks. So if she gets treated well, I think he'll be on his way out because AEW dropping. Now I understand everybody can't be, but Ricky Starks been there for so long. You got to do something prominent with him. I mean, he only can fight Daniel Bryan so many times and have great matches. Great matches ain't always gonna get you over. You got to do a little bit more too. And it's not on Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks is great. They just I don't know. Tony Khan just the Booker man. I mean, he got to do something. You know what I mean? I don't know what that something is, but we'll see. We'll see. He just got to get him. He got to get him.
Yeah. All right. So next match we have our co-main event, which was the dream match between Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. Now you know what you're getting out of both of these guys. This was a fantastic match. Great technical. A lot of stretches, a lot of holds, a lot of counters. This is what you want to get from both Zack Sabre.
Just simple stuff.
Yeah.
Mat-based wrestling. Like you didn't really need all the. I don't think I even seen a suicide dive in this. Could be wrong. And Daniel Bryan usually does that a lot. So we got what's that? Dragon whips. Is that what they call it? We got a bunch of those. Headlocks. We got a finger four. We got open hand slaps, strikes. I think we got one top rope move. I think I could be wrong. Yeah, Daniel Bryan did like a tiger suplex into a arm bar or something. No, he tried to go into the label lock with it. That was pretty nice. Okay, Zack Sabre did counter that. Then we got just different pinning combinations. Everybody trying to one up each other. Good technical wrestling. Just a different pace. Different breath of fresh air, I would say. Everybody flies all over the time to time. It was good to see that mat-based wrestling stuff. You know what I mean? We even got. I think somebody tried to do the Regal stretch.
Could have.
No. That's a different match.
One spot that was kind of scary was when Danielson was going to give Zack Sabre the drop toe hold, and Sabre's foot got caught under Danielson. You ain't see that spot?
What are you talking about? The one that replay with the dragon sweep?
Yeah, like his foot was caught under Danielson.
No. I think that was by design. I think that was by design.
It might have been, but shit.
They want to replay it like that.
Well, but that shit looked scary though. That shit looked scary to me.
See, look, to your point though, like you can still make that stuff look good and painful though.
Yeah.
Even with Zack Sabre doing the butch, stretching of the fingers and open hand slaps while in the finger forward. And then Nigel McGuinness, I forget which match it was, but they were putting over the shin pressing, the ankle pressing down into the shin. Like little stuff like that. Like you don't need to go overboard.
No, you don't.
Just less is more. I'm pretty sure it looked stiff as all hell, but I'm pretty sure they both was very much protected.
All I'm saying, it surprised the hell out of me It looked like
Not
it
that
sounded
many.
like his fucking bone cracked and shit. When I saw him, like, damn, okay.
Yeah,
I was
not that many
surprised he was able that they
unnecessary.
worked it the way they did, but yeah, that shit was that shit looked scary.
Yeah, he was even working over the injured arm, the broken forearm Daniel Bryan
Mm-hmm.
had. You know, just
Yep.
by doing simple uppercuts. Like
Yep.
you can tell a story by doing simple things. Like,
Yeah.
and this was just a prime example. We knew what we was getting in it just to see it on screen and be like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but we missed out on the first forbidden door. You know, I think it we got what we was looking for in that.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Very good
But
match.
it is my third match of the night. I will say,
Yeah.
even though
Same.
how great it was still third best match of the night.
Yeah. Same. Same to me. Same to me. Yeah. Danielson won with the two Psycho knees. He went for a handshake, but Sabre didn't want to give him a handshake. He just left the ring. I did see that he cut a promo after that and saying that it's not over. They're going to get another match somewhere down the line. So we'll see.
Get in the G1 next year.
We'll see.
That could be a good G1 tournament match. A Block. Osprey again.
But
Danes
to your point,
G1
even Danielson said that's like a pipe dream now because he
trying to wind it down.
he older now and
Yeah, but
he can get hurt. He get hurt easily. So
he still, I know deep down he still wants to go over there and work, do the G1 at least. I mean, I could be wrong, but it would be nice to see him go do that at least. Him versus Jeff Cobb, Evil, Okada again, Zack Sabre, Tamatanga. I think I think Brian Danielson's gonna probably do it probably in the next year. We'll see.
yeah.
It'll be special attraction.
All right, next matchup we got is the 6-man tag with the team of Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Chris Jericho teaming up against the Don Callis family, Sammy Guevara, the newest member, Takeshita, and by God, Will Ospreay. Now, this is another good match. You know what to expect when you get all 6 of these guys in the ring. You're gonna get a lot of flips and a lot of great moves, right?
Yeah.
The great.
Ospreay is awesome.
Oh, of course. He's the Billy Goat as he calls himself. The right outcome happened. Sammy Guevara pinned Jericho, which is what needed to happen. Ospreay didn't need to win this match. Takeshita didn't need to win this match for his team. He already beat Kenny Omega at All In, he pinned him, and then he beat him at All Out. So Takeshita didn't really need the pin. The right guy needed the pin, which is Sammy Guevara, and he pinned the right guy, Chris Jericho, because Jericho just beat him at Grand Slam. So it's establishing Sammy Guevara as part of the Don Callis family. So, the right guy went over. Great match.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get an Ibushi one-on-one match some point down the line, but I know Ibushi's hurt. So it's a pipe dream for me, but hopefully sometime.
I just don't like him looking the way he looks. I'm used to superhero looking Ibushi, looking like I don't know, like chiseled out of stone. I would like to see him do. I thought he kind of did. He had like murder Ibushi spot in this match, kind of sort of, but it just don't hit the same. I don't know, man. He doesn't look this. Obviously, he was hurt.
Yeah, man, he's still hurt. But what a lot of people say about his physique, I'll be like, man, he's still hurt. Just be like, you. He gracing us, bro.
Just be grateful he's still able to wrestle.
Yeah, like he gracing us. I've been in the ring while still hurt, so
yeah,
it is what it is. I'm happy to see Ibushi. So
Sammy Guevara, I don't know. Sammy Guevara I don't know, man. He just so bland to me. Like get off my TV counter. Like I can bear him for a little bit, just not too long. Like the dude. Only way to get him over is him just in groups. Like I'm so tired of him being in different. Like he was in the Jericho inner. Then he freaking left that, went single right for a little bit. Wasn't getting over. He was. I
don't. When he was singles by himself, once he broke from inner circle, he was pretty over. But okay. I think after that,
he was all right. But and then he went right back. He couldn't hack it, so he went back to his daddy Jericho, JAS, and now he's leaving again to another group. I just don't know what I don't know what his ceiling is. I don't see world champion like him. He's not Darby. Darby's like what Daniel Bryan was of 2014, 13. Like I can see I can see Darby Allin eventually winning the world title. I just can't see that for Sammy Guevara. I just don't know where he really fits in. I mean, he's been TNT champion. He may have to go do something. I mean, the theme music is, I don't know, man. He got to fix his presentation. I don't know what it is.
He just need more of an edge, man. So hopefully
He
they
needs
work that
something.
out somewhere. Who knows?
But I will say, Takeshita, love what he's doing. Hopefully he gets the international championship. He needs some kind of gold after beating Kenny Omega basically 3 times. And then Will Ospreay is Will Ospreay. We'll see what they do next. But yeah, the right team went over. We'll see what they do.
Yeah.
Win after this. I just don't think the guy has it. But that's just me.
Yeah. All right. Next matchup, we got FTR versus Aussie Open. Now, this is why I say those 2 matches with the Ricky Starks and Yuta match and a 4-way tag team match really hurt this match because of the position it was in. You could have took those 2 matches off and put this in the middle of the card. And not to say it wasn't a great match, because it was a great match. It's not probably as great as their match they had last year did that time, but just those extra 2 matches on the card that wasn't needed hurt this match, because this match was in a position that it had to follow the 6-man, the Danielson match, the Swerve match, and it was before the main event. So it wasn't necessarily like a piss break match, but it wasn't like a match everybody's going to be up for. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like they could have shaved those 2 matches off and put this match in a better position.
Hold on. To not to interrupt you, but I think isn't that part of the build too, though? Like, shouldn't you build this match a little bit more if you're gonna put it in that spot anyway? Like, I feel like there wasn't no build to this match. Even the last title defense they had, who did they have on pay-per-view? I don't know, whatever. But it seems like to me, it feels like FTR's matches haven't been built up. If that makes a whole lot of sense. Like, there's no heat on them. Like, we've seen them have built up matches, like them going against the Guns or
them versus MJF and Adam Cole. Like, even though it wasn't built up, but it was like it was still good.
I mean, yeah, but I think that was mostly part due to MJF, Adam Cole. I'm talking like what before the Guns, when they fought the Guns, right? The Guns cost them some. What did they cost them? Cost them. I think they lost some titles somewhere. But like when they had all the titles and stuff, like their matches were getting heat. Like I forget when it was, but I think they were coming down the ring helping people. Dax cutting the promo in the ring, Cash Wheeler cutting promos on Dynamite. You don't really see none of that stuff. Not like now I get the delegate collision, but like they just getting, like, if you think about it, last month, then they fought alongside the Young Bucks against Bullet Club Go, right? Then they had the Open Challenge. This is just me going off memory. The one tag team. Then we get Aussie Open, and then I guess the idea was that just because they had a great match last year, but when you don't put no heat on this, people aren't really invested. You can't just put a great match on paper in front of people and be like, yeah, the talent gonna knock out the, but you have to put heat on this stuff too. You have to make it a reason why FTR wants to beat them, other than just retaining them. And Aussie Open want to beat them, just, you know what I'm saying, just to get the titles. Like, I'm pretty sure Aussie Open had number one contender match or whatever they did, but like there was no real heat to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, they probably just didn't build like Swerve and Hangman, right? We had a contract signing, we had a promo segment. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was heat towards that. People's interest was peaked. Or Darby Allin and Christian. Like, we've been building this match for, you know what I'm saying, months or weeks or whatever, right? Brian Danielson, Zack Sabre. This was a match that was supposed to happen last year. So you still got all that. Even though it wasn't built up as much, we getting. That's an example of what I think they were. And what we got with Daniel Bryan was, okay, people were invested in this match. And there's Brian Danielson and Zack Sabre, as opposed to FTR and Aussie Open. There's no segment, like there's no talk. Anybody getting beat up backstage to put heat on the field. no personal shots, thing like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what it was. It was Jay Lethal now. Remember when they were talking about his daughter and stuff? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like heat like that to, and get people invested, kind of stuff. I mean, it's Jay Lethal now, but people were kind of invested in it because of what they were saying about FTR and stuff. That's why I'm get more of a reason for watching. Let me watch that. Let's bring people in. Let's get them. Oh, he ran him over with a car. Well, I got to see this. Like stuff like that.
All right, but FTR picked up the win over Aussie Open, so we will get FTR versus the Young Bucks some point down the line. All right, our next match we got is the main event. Captain Charisma, the best heel in the business so far. Well, all in pro wrestling right now, because MJF he's a babyface. But Captain Charisma, I'm loving what Christian is doing. I'm loving everything with the TNT Championship that Christian has been doing. Everything from the time he turned heel on Jungle Boy last year to now has been stellar. He got rid of the open challenge dilemma. We don't need that. He put Luchasaurus in a great spot.
I will say Luchasaurus has turned out way better than Jungle Boy, in my opinion, since they've broken up. I mean, that's important to what Christian's doing, but even just the makeover he did, I'd say Luchasaurus has been in a way better position than Jungle Boy. And Jungle Boy is supposed to be the star. So
look who he's with. He's with main event charisma. That's what main event Christian do for you. He puts you in the best positions to see. Mm-hmm. He's the right mentor, and in some eyes, he's the better father figure for most. So
could you imagine Wardlow in this spot, like Christian Cage in the TNT title, right?
You said, could I imagine him in this match?
No, like in this spot, like Wardlow defending against somebody in the main event, defending the title against.
Not as in recent. Probably like last year around.
Yeah, probably before
Double Nothing. Yeah, but not now.
I'm just saying, like, just to fall from grace.
But
go ahead.
We have Christian Cage defending the TNT Championship against Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Now, I knew something was going to be up when I seen that this match was going to be the main event. Because it ain't like AEW to put the TNT Championship in the main event, right? It's a good thing, though, because it shows what Christian is doing with that championship and what he's doing as a heel and his character work. So, all what Christian is doing is gravitating to putting that championship and putting the TNT title in the main event. So, that's a good thing there. Now, this was a good match, man. This the top 2 for me. The second best match behind SWERVE and HANGMAN for me. Darby taking some of these goddamn bumps he's been taking. He took the first fall with a roll up on Christian, but the second fall Christian took because this spot where they run the steel steps out, and I don't know what goes in Darby's mind. I don't know. But for someone to take a flat back bump on the steel step, not even on top where you can at least fall with some grace, on the steps where you can get.
It wasn't even a flat back bump. It was a freaking power slam from the ring apron down at an angle onto the steps, like the step, the edge of each step, and freaking. Yeah. It just looked at this like. I like Darby Allin, but some of the he's gonna knock on wood here. I mean, he's gonna hurt himself badly one day doing this stuff.
And Christian is a complete pro. Like the first time, Christian probably didn't want to. I ain't gonna say he didn't want to go through it with the idea, but he was like apprehensive on doing it at first.
I'm pretty sure Darby Allin was in his hands.
Yeah, no doubt.
Some of the bumps, like you don't need to be taking that stuff, dude. Like
even Jeff Hardy didn't take no bumps. Like you will never see Jeff Hardy taking no fucking bump.
Stupid stuff. I mean,
but not on the steel steps though. Not like
the
that.
Stuff in TNA he did. I mean, the one in TNA jumping off the cage onto the steel step, that was pretty dumb. Swanton bomb, that was pretty dumb. And he missed and let it flat back on.
Yeah, but he landed on top. It's a different than on top of the steps, even though it's still stupid.
I mean, it's still stupid.
But Darby
I
to
don't care
fucking
what you
get thrown onto the base of the steps where the steps stick out. That's any protruding step can hurt you in either way.
Nobody ever done anything
That
like that.
that was not ideal, brother. Like I would have. I'm like, man,
But
Darby,
it's
he
Darby
tripping.
Allin, so it's whatever.
Yeah,
As
it's
long as it's
Darby, but he fucking tripping. But
but
Christian
that's
took that fall based on the steel step spot with
mm,
Darby. He took it back count out. So
mm.
second fall goes to Christian, and that's the EMTs are carrying to Darby and about to take him out. Christian hits. He said, "Fuck that." And he hits him with the frog splash while Darby's on a stretcher, and he's tearing the mat up, exposing the wooden planks that most people, if you don't know, if you're a casual fan, you don't know what's underneath the ring. So I'm glad he showed that what these wrestlers take their bodies and bounce them off of for their entertainment. I'm glad Christian showed that. And this brought out Nick Wayne, and he grabs the title, and you can tell like what he was going to do, like based on his positioning next to Darby, facing Christian, like they both was facing Christian. You can tell he was going to turn on Darby, which he did, and hit Darby with the championship. And I think that Christian hit him with the unprettier and then pinned Darby after that, or did he pin him after the title? Hit it, Nick Wayne hit him with the title.
I'm pretty sure after he hit him with the title.
Okay, and Christian picked up the win, and he retained the TNT Championship with Nick Wayne turning on Darby.
It's been kind of like I know people probably feel like it came out of nowhere, but it did kind of like been building a little bit. I did run across somebody put a great comp of videos up of Nick Wayne and Darby Allin. It has been kind of building this lack of talent on TV. Initially, you had Swerve and Darby fighting. The AR Fox jumped in that joint, and they beat up Nick Wayne. What's that? The training facility or whatever, left him bloody, and Darby wasn't there to help him. And then somebody put together another AR getting kicked out of local embassies, apologizing to Nick Wayne, and then Nick Wayne running off and Darby taking an apology on his behalf. Then there was like two more of Darby Allin. Like Darby Allin just forgetting everything that happened to Nick Wayne. Hits him with the TNT title and causes.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense.
And Christian is the right father he's the mentor and the father figure for Nick Wayne to get ahead in the wrestling business. So what other person to study under than Christian? So it made sense. And then so they jump in Darby. This brought out Sting, and like people was looking at the stage, willing to see like with their phones out, seeing who would come out and save Darby. And the slow build, they brought out Sting, came out there, helped Darby for a minute, but Luchasaurus came out there. Then they all beat up Darby and Sting. Yeah. And then they was doing a double Triceratops spot. And then the lights go out. Video package, debatable if it was needed or not.
I think so.
It's whoever interpretation. And we get the video package. You knew from the moment he was walking to the car who it was. And little subtle things like if you like the overhead shot that they had on the street, it had rated R on the street just briefly as he was driving through Seattle. And then the lights come back on, and then you hear, "You think you know me?" And it's a different person saying it, but you get the whole setup. And Adam Copeland, Edge, as everybody knows him, debuts for AEW. Massive pop, great moment. And like I was telling you guys, man, it's the best move for Edge. I'm glad he went to AEW. It's the best move for him. He gets to be back with his best friend. He probably is there for top dollar. I'm gonna say top dollar, but like a well enough paycheck. I'm gonna say it that way. New matchups. And this is probably like his last run, so why not do it with someone you've been together with since you were a kid? So Christian signed a new deal. It was only right for Edge to go over to AEW to be with his buddy, and hopefully get some programs out of him. Maybe team up later on, face each other now. Do something with the Hardys. It's money and shit like that.
What I think may happen. Well, go ahead and explain. Keep finishing.
Just. It just benefits him, man. It just some, he probably wanted to do that for like this last run. This probably is his last
Yeah,
run.
yeah, yeah.
WWE didn't have nothing for him,
Yeah, he
right?
did say that. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think WWE could have put him in more situations and helped build other talent, but that's up to them. They didn't want to do that, so Edge dipped out. I don't blame him. It is what it is. WWE got Jay Cargill, AEW got Edge. So I think it worked out for both, man.
It kind of worked out.
I'm happy to see him in AEW.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, but growing up, he's always been a WWE guy. I mean, even though he gave us his run back after his after, it's still kind of like he when he left, he went to the other side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a bad thing. That's probably how he gonna end it. He'll probably end his career there. Good for him. Lesser of a schedule. Probably just do like a special attraction. Good for him. It is a little bittersweet seeing him going back there. He had a little. It's whatever. We just appreciate him while he's still there. At AEW. Let's see what it gets to, because I think what we may get to eventually, Edge and Christian teaming up one more time and taking on FTR for the. I would love to see that. I really would love to see that one time, and then maybe eventually we'll get the obligatory Hardys and Copeland and Christian match. We'll probably see that again before.
Yeah.
Him being with his buddies, that's all you can really ask for. I'm just happy to see it. I'm going to tune in tonight to see what he does. I think he's fighting Luchasaurus. I don't know if he's fighting Luchasaurus today or Saturday. He's going to be on Dynamite. I know Collision for sure, and maybe Page. He's on 3 shows this week, so
yeah,
happy for Edge.
Yeah, happy for him, man. We don't want to make this too long for y'all, but WrestleDream, great show, minus a couple things, but a little bit of advice for AEW. You don't have to get everybody on the show. You don't have to make it a 14-match card. It don't need to be a 4-hour show. Just put the matches on there that mean the most and get the best type of story out of them.
Yeah, just put heat on stuff. That's all you got to do. Now, it's easy for us to come on the internet and sit on a computer desk and say these things than it is to actually book these things. But less is more. I think we are seeing that with, not making a WWE video, but I think we are seeing that a little bit with the Triple H taking over. Like, we're not getting those humongous cards, SummerSlam and stuff like that. We're trying to do stuff for that mean a little bit more. So if we can implement a little bit with AEW eventually are coming down the line, and I think that's something the networks. We definitely can squeeze in more story-led matches in these pay-per-views. Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for our review. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did,
if you made it to the end, shout out to you. Thanks for the support. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Subscribe, share it, whatever.
Yeah. And somewhere in here, we're going to put in a graphic of Adam Copeland is All Elite somewhere in here. But if you enjoyed it, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. And we'll see you guys in the next video. We'll probably have the NXT No Mercy review next. So stay in tune. And let's see what Dynamite has in store for us tonight. So you guys take it easy, man. We out.